WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. Hello, everyone. My name is Stokes Schwartz, and I'm a professor in the Center for Integrative Studies in the Arts and Humanities, part of the College of Arts and Letters here at Michigan State University. Welcome to the Collaborative Cafe, an ongoing podcast in which I share advice on how best to carry out digital and collaborative learning practices that are part of my online and hybrid courses on literature, drama, and film. For summer 2024, however, I'm creating a special series of brief episodes for college and university instructors on how we might integrate generative artificial intelligence into our work with students and harness the potential of this exciting new tool. The ideas shared provide a snapshot in time of my reading and thinking around the inclusion of GenAI in post-secondary teaching and learning. No doubt this will change over time as generative artificial intelligence itself continues to evolve and play a greater role in our everyday lives within and outside of the college or university classroom. Now, admittedly, there has been a lot of collective hand-wringing in the academic sphere and elsewhere about the rise of generative artificial intelligence since ChatGPT hit the scene and entered popular consciousness in a big way during late 2022. Rather than view GenAI simply as a convenient way for students to cheat, however, or as the beginning of the end of civilization as we know it, the technology is something that we should address in a more calm, intelligent, and informed way. My own attitude is that, yes, we are faced with a new development here that brings with it a variety of challenges, both real and imagined, but there is also considerable potential to be found in generative artificial intelligence. How we as educators approach, use, or perhaps ignore GenAI is up to us. Is the pedagogical glass half empty or half full? Rather than put our heads in the sand, though, pretend GenAI does not exist and ban it outright from our classrooms, as some have done, let's instead harness its apparent powers, possibilities, and potential as educators. Let's do one of the things that human beings do best, that is, think carefully based on observation and experience, the resulting more informed perspective, and adapt our approaches to new conditions in the same way that we adapted to the rise of the internet roughly 30 years ago, or paper and pencil long before that. Let's think critically and reshape our teaching and learning practices to include GenAI in the classroom activities or assignments that we ask students to carry out as part of their coursework. Let's practice the same intellectual agility, in other words, that we preach to our students. And besides, who among us really wants to play police officer with undergraduates who are young adults after all? Welcome back, everyone. Well, after that lengthy preamble, let's turn now to consider the first of several burning questions. Today, that will be this one. Namely, What can GenAI contribute to student learning at the post-secondary level? In his 2023 book, AI for Educators, Matt Miller suggests that GenAI can support learning in a host of ways, from using it as a more sophisticated search engine than, for example, Google, to an actual opponent in a debate setting, or using it to assist with student creation of assignments or presentations, along with many other possibilities in between. Holly Clark posits in her book, The AI Infused Classroom from 2023, that GenAI can be used in a myriad of ways to foster and promote inquiry-based, student-centered classrooms that better prepare young minds to function in and contribute to 21st century life and society than do more traditional teacher-centered classrooms. Daniel Fitzpatrick, Amanda Fox, and Brad Weinstein point out within their book, The AI Classroom, The Ultimate Guide to Artificial Intelligence in Education, also from 2023, that GenAI and Universal Design for Learning can be combined in unique ways to create what they term, quote, dynamic and adaptive learning experiences, end quote, that adjust to meet different learner needs. And finally, in the 2023 Modern Mind Publications title, Teaching with AI, its authors point out that by learning to use generative artificial intelligence with an eye toward thoughtful, effective, and ethical use in our courses, students will be better prepared for the digital workplace in which humans and artificial intelligences already interact to varying degrees. That type of collaboration will only increase as we move further into the 21st century. Curious to learn what GenAI itself might think about all of this, I typed my original question into the prompt window at the bottom of Microsoft Copilot to learn what it advised. Here is a greatly modified and abbreviated form of its response to my query, what can GenAI contribute to student learning at the post-secondary level? It replied, quote, in a post-secondary setting, GenAI can adapt, tailor, and personalize content delivery, practice exercises, and assessments. With the right prompts, it can generate targeted practices or explanations to reinforce understanding. It can also provide academic support and assistance for students in their early brainstorming and review of assignment drafts, to help improve their thinking, writing, and presentation skills. Students can, in addition, pose questions to GenAI, get feedback, and receive guidance outside of regular course meeting times. Moreover, GenAI has the potential to democratize access to educational materials, making learning resources available to a wider audience. It can potentially bridge gaps caused by geographic limitations, financial constraints, or disability. Finally, generative artificial intelligence can automate instructor feedback on and evaluation of assignments, quizzes, and exams, enabling educators to focus on more personalized face-to-face interactions with their students. End quote. So we have here, perhaps, an idealized view of the possible benefits and advantages that GenAI can introduce for both students and educators, courtesy of Microsoft Copilot. The full extent and degree to which that is possible, of course, is open to discussion and debate at this point in late April 2024. Time will tell how the teaching and learning landscape changes in light of this particular technological innovation. WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. If you find this podcast helpful, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Before we wrap up our inaugural program on how we might move toward the inclusion and use of GenAI in our post-secondary teaching and learning practices, let's quickly recap the points covered today. We considered the question, what can GenAI contribute to student learning at the post-secondary level? In a nutshell, GenAI has the potential to support and augment learning in a variety of ways, decentering the traditional classroom while at the same time promoting student inquiry. Scholars further suggest that careful and informed inclusion of GenAI in our pedagogy can make learning more dynamic and interactive. Simultaneously, educators better prepare students for the digital workplace of the 21st century. When queried, Microsoft Copilot itself echoes these views, although, as I point out, it remains to be seen how effectively human instructors at the post-secondary level can integrate GenAI into their courses and classrooms. And with that observation, we come to the end of this first program in a short series of podcast episodes on how we might integrate generative artificial intelligence into our work with students and more fully harness its teaching and learning potential. Join me next time, during which we'll look further into why we should integrate GenAI into our teaching practices in some way. Until then, my name is Stokes Schwartz. This has been the Collaborative Cafe, and thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you again soon. In the meantime, have a healthy, safe, and productive week. Bye for now. You've just heard a podcast from WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century.